Sure. Hello everybody, I'm Steiner Bakke. I am from Norway, but I've lived in America and I've lived in Australia, so I speak English pretty natively at this point.
I mean, it's small now. I used to play American football. So then I was like 30 kilos bigger than I am now. So now I'm like super skinny. I think it's 180, but it's pretty close, yeah. I'm 190. I'm a little bit tall. For Norwegians, I'm a little bit tall. But in Korea, I'm quite tall, yeah.
Wow.
So I'm a little bit tall in Norway, but in Norway, I'm very common. I stand on the bus or I stand on the subway. A lot of people are my height. But in Korea, I stand there and I'm like, I'm the tallest guy around. Yeah.
Wow. I don't want to go Norway.
I've kind of been looking for a language exchange program because then I could share my knowledge in English, but also that I could potentially learn a little bit more Korean and learn more about the culture, not just the language. And because I intend to stay here, I think that's a very, very good thing to do. And why this place? I think there's a few other language exchanges even in Seoul, but a lot of times it's always drinking and partying, and I don't really drink, I don't really party, so I'm doing this because I want to meet people that are genuinely interested in learning and not just the party culture. So I think that's why I chose this place.
Yes, so I think whenever you develop some sort of a skill or a talent, at least for me, I get a lot of reward for showing that and sharing what I have learned. And through my life, I've become quite decent at English. So here in Korea, I can actually share my knowledge in English and
help other people to improve their English, and then hopefully also be part of helping. There's kind of like this separation between foreigners and Koreans, and I think with the language, it'll become easier to mingle together. So if I can be part of that, then I'll be very thankful. Of course. I'd love that. I think that'd be very nice. I think this is more, the people that I've met here, they're very genuinely interested in just learning English. And you can of course also make friends here and meet people, but yeah, I think this is a better fit for me.
I've lived in many countries and I've traveled to 70, 80 countries before, so I've been a lot of places on this planet, and I'm very fascinated by history and culture, and that's why this part of the world is so unique to me. Growing up in Norway is a 2,000-year-old country. Being in America is very recent, Australia very recent, and then you have this part of Asia which is 15,000 years old. So somebody that is very interested in history, this part of the world is very, very, very unique. So I always wanted to try living in one of these countries to kind of see how the culture has developed and how it is similar to what I believe and what I like. I have been here for 7 months, and I'm planning to stay here for as long as I can, so years for sure. Maybe 5, maybe 10, and then we'll see how it goes. I work in Korea as an actor, yes. I don't think I can. I am in a few things, and they will be launched within a few months, so for anybody that is interested in K-dramas and Korean movies, you'll probably see my face popping up a few places.
When it comes to any language, it's all about getting confidence in speaking. From my little experience in Korea, a lot of people in Korea they're actually pretty decent in English, but they're very self-conscious about how they sound or how their pronunciation is or how their accent is, and I think to kind of get away those and just have conversations, I think that's the best way to improve any language. So for me, in my Korean now as well, I'm just trying to get to the basic steps so I can have those conversations, and as soon as you can have those conversations, I think that's the best way I can do it, just talking about very normal things. One, maybe two. Yeah. 안녕하세요. 제 이름은 스타이너입니다. 저는 노르웨이 사람이에요. 그런데 서울에 살아요. 만나서 반갑습니다. Basic stuff, but I like talking as well. I like having conversations, and in my Korean, it's like I can say I studied today or I worked out today, but my vocabulary is not good enough to expand more than that. I have so many hobbies. We spoke about this yesterday as well, but I work here as an actor, so my schedule is really flexible. A lot of times I don't work, a lot of times I'm preparing for a role or I'm having an audition. And my work life as well is very varied. Sometimes I'm a sailor, sometimes I'm a soldier, or different things. So on my free time I work out, I run, I hike, I go for bicycle runs, I go for swims, I surf. I've always played sports, so I always try to use my body, and I'm very active with the things I do. Not that many, no. I've come to realize that through my work and everything, a lot of times there's kind of a separation between foreign actors and Korean actors, so I normally hang out with a lot of foreign actors, and because of my Korean level as well, there's been a lot of Koreans I've been trying to speak to, and they have not been, very interested in speaking English, and I cannot converse that well in Korean, so I don't have that many Korean friends. I have a few foreign friends, luckily, but yeah, that's another reason why I think being here is, you meet people that are very nice, that have some common hobbies in learning a language, whether it's Korean or whether it's English. So hopefully after a few weeks or months, I'll have some friends here as well.
오.
Send me a message on Instagram. I'll be very open for that. But I think what you said is what I have realized, that a lot of people here are afraid of that just initial saying hello, or afraid that us speaking different languages is going to be very problematic. But we have apps, and again, most Koreans I've met, they can speak some basic English, we can kind of converse, and there's a lot of stuff you can just talk about just by non-verbal communication, and you can kind of be understood. So just say hi. I'm a very friendly guy, and then you go from there. Hello, and then the next one is probably, there's a few differences in culture as well, as of how Koreans ask these questions and how other countries ask these questions. In Korea, it's normally hello, how old are you, what's your name, what do you do for work, what's your MBTI. That's like the Korean way. And I would say in other countries, it's normally hello, what's your name, what do you like to do, how do you spend your free time, what are your hobbies. So it's a little bit different, how we communicate. But any question, I'm an open book.